Art is a crime, then just... Damn it. Dick doesn't dick. Party at the Longhouse. Just gotta get there, mingle, establish an alibi. I'm a goddamn criminal mastermind.
Who's out there?
It's just me, Betty. Would you put this stapler down? Seriously.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you at the big to-do at the Longhouse?
Yeah, I just didn't feel all that accomplished tonight, but you look amazing. It looks great on you. Seriously.
What were you doing up on the roof?
Nothing. Just...
Were you up to mischief?
I know you live here. Come on out. I'll call Betty. You can be here in 5 minutes with the key.
You're up to mischief.
Okay, well, come on, seriously, what are you gonna do here?
Well, I have no choice. He's a cop. I have to be back here in 5 minutes, and if you're still here...
Thanks, Betty.
This is the last time. I have to go back to my office. Apparently, I'm getting a phone call.
I can't believe he was not anything better than that. Hello, Freedom.
Just a hop, skip, and a jumping away.
An alibi. Wait! Shoot! She did! That was close. Don't look down, don't look down. And the plan is working. Hey, man, I've been looking like forever for you. We should probably just get started.
Do you have any idea how embarrassing it is for me to keep arresting my own brother over and over and over again?
Maybe you should stop arresting your brother over and over and
You
over
think this is
again.
a joke?
No, I
Is this
don't.
how you want to leave your mark on the world, huh? You think this will make our parents proud? Misdemeanor vandalism?
Listen, there's a lot of silly shooting while I'm out there actually trying to assert my talent.
You're trying to
cause
assert your talent? What the
I
hell
always do this, Reggie. Why don't you just let me be who I
Tell me
am?
what big, bad,
If you would
scary shit
listen,
you're
I
gonna
would
stare at
explain it to you.
Really? Because I don't seem to get it. What?
Truck.
I'm going after those two. You stay back. I think it's gonna blow.
Stay away from the exploding thing. Got it. Holy shit, dude.
Oh, thanks, man. I thought I was gonna die. Are you alright? Hey, let him go! Just let him go and keep your hands where I can see him. Don't hurt nobody. Just let him go before she gets you. I said let him go or I will shoot you. Right? Let him go, don't hurt nobody.
Afraid to answer the ordinance on the articles of accident. So I'll bring it in. So just wonder why the finish up the store. That's locked. You're expecting more than just stuff. Just scroll down there.
You're expecting another paragraph and it stops saying.
Reg? I gotta find Reggie. What the hell was that? What the hell? What's happening to me? Oh, no! Stop it! What's going on? Oh my god. Oh my god. Make it stop! Reg! Reg, I really need you! What's going on? Reggie! Reggie! What? You okay?
Nelson, listen.
You gotta get that thing off you.
I
gotta get you out!
Okay. Just tell me first. Just a little more. Oh, dear God.
No, no, no! Shit. You can't stop it, man. You can't stop it. Reggie, you can't stop it, man.
It's okay. You're okay. Just breathe. Breathe. You're right. No. No. You're my brother. All right? You're my brother. Okay. This thing with you is gonna pass. I promise. Fix it. All right, you with me? You with me? Okay. We're gonna get out there. If there's a wild terrorist, we gotta stop him before he gets to the rest of the tribe. All right? I need you. I need you right now. All right? You good? able to even get to you back there if I hadn't just promised me you won't do that. I don't want you to think what... We can't go in! The fucking jail!
I think Benny's still inside.
That just melted apart. How do we get through? I ran through.
You can do that?
One way to find out.
Wait, he's not...
Fine, go. Control the mobs.
I'm coming back with help. See if Betty's in there with the bioterrorist. And be careful. I know what those freaks are capable of.
Yeah. Those freaks.
Critical direction swap, man.
Vents. Good to know. Wow, that should have hurt. Hey! Yeah, that's one. Don't want to spoil the surprise.
Almost there, Betty!
Gotta get out of here, lady. I'm trying to help you, lady. Away from me, I was just trying to create an immersion. I didn't know anybody was in here.
You did this to me!
You're a conduit.
Betty, I'll explain later, but you gotta get out of here now!
Good, I'm gone.
Not until you fix this first!
I've spent most of my life behind bars. It's easy enough to bust out. You just gotta wait for that golden opportunity. Got my powers? Hell, I was unstoppable. Until the DVD caught up. Yeah, they got a special hole that like to toss folks like me. Figured out it's all up so we couldn't use our powers. That also meant they had to feed us, wash us, and wipe our goddamn asses. There's no way for a man to live. There's no way. This red-headed bitch there, really in the needles and scalpels. She called me, she didn't need tests. If you knew enough time, you learn a few tricks. Just gotta be patient. Sooner or later they'll screw up. They always do. You may see something and hear something, learn things you weren't supposed to know. So when that bitch put the three of us in that wagon, I knew what was coming. A golden opportunity.
I saw you. Poking around inside my head. It's me, I thought that was you. You saw it, right? That DUP prison. If she catches you, that's where you're going. Wait! Warning you, kid. Back off!
Not going anywhere until you fix this!
Listen, I don't know what happened, but you better be ready to get better.
Why?
You're a conduit now, kid. A bioterrorist. Welcome to the world of rubbing your life. That's what I aim to do. I gotta go you.
Anywhere until you fix this!
This ain't something that can be fixed.
At least show me how to control it!
You got time. DUP's coming. She knows I'm onto a plan. This fire's gonna be about 2-3 minutes explosion time. I gotta get down.
Whoever's coming is coming for you, man, not me. Been safe, don't care no about you. She's got a way of making people come. Good luck, man. Hell no. No way I'm gonna die of this story. Let me go. Let me walk away. Nobody's ever gotta know about any of this. We're not even stop and talk about it.
I'm so very disappointed in...
Well, you got him, right? I, bust that mean old conduit for you. Good job, everybody.
They're terrorists.
On the Birchmore.
About terrorists. Condoms.
I think you can.
It's a word used by traitors. Sometimes that's what they call us. Traitor. How are you?
Try not to be.
You seem nervous.
Might have been.
It's been my experience. There are only two reasons for people to be nervous. Either they're cowards, or they have something to hide.
I thought that would be able to.
You were in there with him by a terrorist for some time. Did he say anything to you? Share any of his ramblings about the conspiracy?
No, we didn't share anything.
That's good to hear.
You heard about the self-charging mobile phones?
No.
See, we are engaged in a life and death war with these bioterrorists, and it's my job to do
Plug them in no more, eh?
whatever it takes.
Well, you know what I'm waiting for?
That's pretty cool.
I'm waiting for self-charging cars.
It's kind of funny because
They've got the technology for the paint to become solar charger, right? So I don't understand why they can't just get the vehicle to charge itself, especially if it's sitting in a car park all day under the sun.
You're not a coward. You can't say something that you're not
I
doing.
was up on the roof.
What are you doing?
I have a legal authority to suspend those rights whenever I feel it's necessary.
They've had that for like, I reckon, 10 years. Because I saw it on, that day towards 2000 or whatever it was, on the ABC, that they had paint that produces electrical current, so that they've been able to do it.
I hate you.
Even more. And I heard that there's going to be a new generation of batteries, and they're not going to be lithium.
As you said that you do have something to tell me. I'll go check with that nice old lady. But you should know, I'm on the especially hard.
Some other sort of batteries.
She doesn't
Apparently there's not enough lithium in the world
Next,
for all the vehicles that they want to turn into electric.
you have something you want to tell me?
I want to make everything solvable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What I'll be trying to play into is
Something that can be, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the weather.
Fuck it, I'm in it for myself.
Low-lying areas, they said, so it must be something to do with flooding.
Yes.
And then I have no further use for you. Hope you're not stubborn to that one. Are you, Betty? Yeah, I'm told that hurts.
You know what would be funny is if they find out that by 2030 2030 or 2040 that they don't need nuclear power to charge it. They've got batteries that will run them for 60 or 90 days underwater without them needing a nuclear power source. That'd be fun. It'd be a whole total waste of money. Not that that hasn't happened plenty of times before in government. Yeah.
What's going on?
By the time they had it ready, there was enough water in the system.
I have to go to a hospital.
Oh yeah.
How long have I been out?
And probably will be for the next 40 years.
There is still no sign of any progress. We will of course continue to follow the story all that appears.
Because I got to pay for their upkeep too.
US TV
Last no more than bad, but I think the election could run, and that was before the 2022 class.
Yeah.
This is enough, this is in great gold. Apparently he was only supplying 2.5% of water.
Yeah.
The multi-billion-dollar bloody thing. They built trying to make it, produce that much water.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What the hell happened?
Yeah, the councils waste more water down the drains than that. Even up here. You just have to go past the parks each morning and you can see all the water that's dripping down the gutters.
And no one could stop her? Oh my God. Betty.
Glad to see you're up.
I guess Augustine wasn't bluffing, huh?
Well, no one here was going to turn you in to protect themselves. We're Comish. We take care of our own.
I guess I did the right thing. Imagine what that bitch would have done to me if I'd actually talked.
Probably the same thing she did to everyone else in this room when you didn't.
Do me a favor and tell everybody else that I said thanks for taking one for the team. Yeah.
Delson! Damn it, I thought we were gonna lose you there.
Hungry the legs? More than that.
I see fast healing seems to be a part of your new, thing. Speaking of which, craziness with hands, is that gone?
Smoking is a long time. You wouldn't want to get in the way of anyone's recovery.
Recovery? Hey, Delson, these people aren't getting any better. They're dying, man.
You don't know that.
No, but the doctors who came through here when we were out, they do. They said the only way those shards are coming out is the exact same way they went in.
What? But that was Augustine and her concrete power.
screw me. So you and me are going to Seattle and we're gonna go get her.
Whoa, wait, what? You think you're just gonna charm her into coming back here with you? Come on, man, I know you took a bump to the head. Two didn't exactly hit it off last time we were together.
Reggie, I did this. And I gotta fix it.
No, damn it, Dustin, you just got back on your feet. Look, I know you want to help, but the doctors have already said
The only way it's getting out is with the same power. I get it. Which means we're next door to Augustine. We just need her power.
Okay, now you've lost me.
Not my goddamn powers, Rich. Remember? If I got smoke, why can't I get concrete?
Yeah, but what if smoke was just a fluke? Huh? You'd have to go through, what, 1,000 nuts to get to it?
Yeah, probably something like that. Explain the truck.
What truck? Not the truck, That's my truck.
Alright, I got this whole thing figured out, okay? We hit the town, we load up at the all-you-can-leach conduit power buffet, and then we swing by the Space Needle, always wanted to see it, and then we're back home to save some lives.
You do realize when we hit the town, there's a fair chance the town's gonna head back?
What does that even mean?
It means that Seattle has 500,000 people that aren't exactly thrilled about the bioterrorists that are already there. You think they're gonna welcome you? Wake up. Look, don't worry, all right? We're gonna fix this thing. I'll find you a cure.
A cure?
Shooting smoke out of your fingertips isn't exactly normal, man.
Just because it's not normal doesn't mean that it needs a cure, okay? Van Gogh wasn't normal. Gandhi wasn't normal.
Yeah, but people weren't scared of Gandhi, all right? People are afraid of bioterrorists. They're freaks.
See, that's pre-programmed bull.
Great.
Well, looks like we're walking the rest of the way.
What? What? Where are you going? Hey. Damn it.
Glad would you look at this?
Look, you know, if you're having second thoughts, right?
Are you kidding me? This is amazing.
This is destruction.
This is self-defense, man. The roadblock was set up to attack them.
Yeah, because they're bioterrorists.
Well, it didn't stop them, and it's not going to stop this bad boy either. Man, this is like a post-apocalyptic.
This must be the mothership.
Jesus, Delson! Hey, are you okay?
Okay. I'm better than okay, man. I think I picked up a new trick. Yep. New. Oh, yeah. Definitely new and improved.
Delson, this is not improved, man. We're trying to fix the problems you already have, not add new ones.
You think Augustine is just sitting on her ass? I gotta power up if I'm gonna go toe-to-toe with Concrete Queen.
Hey, I'm hoping to avoid that. Listen, there might be another way that we can get to Augustine.
What other way? What other
I
way?
have a few connections in Seattle, right? Some in the police force.
No. This is not the point where Reggie swoops in and makes everything all right. This is not your problem to fix, it is mine. There, perfect. You want to go help somebody? Go save damsel in distress.
It's not. Right, fine. We both go.
Oh, no. You can go play Super Cup, okay? I will catch up with you in a minute.
Right, but don't go anywhere. And for God's sake, don't touch anything!
I'm gonna touch everything. You're up first, little guy.
Okay, yeah, that could definitely be habit forming. Yeah, they're kind of cute. We're still using that. Maybe I just need to refill the smoke tank. Here we go. Yeah, this should do the trick. Man, once we hit the city, I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for more of those things.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Hey, Delson, I need you up here.
Dude, you will not believe what that beefing was.
Get up here, okay? I found a bus full of relief workers that's stuck. Trying to convince them to just abandon the bus. I want to leave all the medical supplies on top.
Just tell them to hold on. I'll get the bus unstuck.
Delson, I know what you're thinking, and don't.
Dude, I just took out a fleet of quadcopters. I think I can dig out a bus. This is gonna take forever. There's gotta be a faster way. I am unstoppable!
Delson, I told you not to.
That's all right, Rich. Can't hear you over the sound of my heroics.
Delson, I'm not.
Ah, lost you. I hit the mute button. Okay, looks like the rest of the way is clear. Ride this baby straight into Seattle.
Yeah. It's over there for half an hour.
Delson, we got a problem. Some of the people on the bus, they saw you doing your super thingy to clear the way. And they're afraid of you.
What?
I told you, man, wild terrorists aren't especially popular.
So what, like Rosa Parks, and they want me to sit on the back of the bus?
No, they want you to sit outside the bus. They don't want you in here, right? They said if you come on, they're gonna get off.
Then let them walk. I don't care. You think I can't take this door down?
We're not gonna do that. These people have never seen anything like you before, and they're scared. Right? I can't blame them.
Says he's gonna break down the door. Go.
Sir! Just give me a second! Look, just let me run you across the bridge. I'll come right back for you, all right? It'll take 5 minutes. Come on, man. I can't let you on the bus.
I'd stand on top.
Listen, just switch on the GPS tracking on your phone in case we get separated.
Oh, you mean like right now?
The scheduled decommission of the Fat 20 bridge by order of the DUP will begin shortly. All vehicles and individuals are ordered to...
Sounds like useful information.
Nelson, I got the aid workers across the DMP. They're clearing the bridge. Coming back for you, so.
Is you there? What's going on? Hello? Hey! Hey! You guys need any help?
Terrorists. Hey! It's one of those freaks!
Oh! No!
This fast healing stuff is gonna come in real handy.
Big mistake. It's mine now.
Okay, I'll give up, okay? Just don't hurt me.
You should have said please. Oh, this sucks.
What the hell just happened? Reggie? Oh, man, answer me!
My God. This is the bridge. We're coming, Reg. Come on, core relay, work your legs.
There's a shot.
Funny enough is I hardly ever use this.
Okay, Cosmos, keep them coming. Okay. Kind of a bad time, Betty.
You for the hall, or I was talking to you.
Well, you know, I had plans.
I heard you and that you were heading to Seattle, all places.
We really gotta go, Betty. Love you. Hold still. Good! Put it out! Double bridge? Like the boss. Reggie! Reggie! Nelson! A little help here!
It's like a pitching army, huh?
Nelson!
All right, come on. Yeah. Seem to be getting the hang of your symptoms, right? Of course, the only downside being that, nope, can't think of anything. This is pretty freaking awesome. Really? No downside? How about those heavily armed guys over there now want to hurt you real bad? That a downside? Yeah. Now look, for all we know, we may be able to pass you through their security because you're not a normal bioterrorist. Normal? No, I mean by normal, you know, the sheep that they try to line up so that they can program. No, Reggie, I'm not normal. Did you see what I did on that bridge? We can take these guys. Let's just see if we can sneak through their checkpoints first, all right? It'll make getting around the city a lot easier.
No, it won't.
Okay, fine. Do it your way. That's subtle. Listen, promise me you'll play it cool up ahead.
Hey, they used to call me Mr. Cool.
Hey, what's the battery for?
No one has ever once called you that. Ever.
Are you really worried about that?
These DUP guys may not have the same level of power that you, that natural bioterrorists have. The government infused them all with enough to still do some serious damage.
Well, you have just officially ruined my Seattle vacation.
Yo,
Hey, Nobby!
what up?
Nobby!
Yes.
Where's the batteries?
Why?
How many batteries?
What do you think? I was asking for batteries. Huh?
Batteries
Why?
need.
Two AA batteries, sir. Oh, so you stole them all, eh?
No.
There was a box full of them.
They're all mine.
Huh? I remember there used to be a box full of them. So thank you. Are they new? Are they new?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Ay, ay, ay. This is not going to work, mate. I'm sorry to say, but this isn't gonna fucking work. It's just not.
How long did you say I was up for?
1 week.
Wow. That means the DUP put all of this up in...
Yep.
Oh, they've kept busy.
Once we're through, I'll check with a couple of my cop buddies, try and get access to the police databases. In the meantime, I need you to just lay low. Might spook him if I show up with a bioterrorist.
Okay, boss man.
This is a registered firearm. I'm a police officer.
Please, won't let me on his bus, won't let me meet his friends.
Whatnot. After a period of time, people stop caring.
It seems that after a number of years, or sadly sometimes months, these cases just somewhat fizzle out and people just go, oh yeah, that kid was missing, or yeah, that girl was missing. And I don't know, I just feel like they need more attention, and these particular cases we're covering today are really, really sad, like so many of them are, but I think it'd be good to use your platform and try and get these faces out there, because you never know, there's so many people watching these and you don't know, someone might be like, oh my god, I saw this person, or just to bring it, and I think for the families too, just to bring this to light would be nice.
So if you do have any information on this, please call Crime Stoppers. The number is on your screen just there.
1-800-333-000.
Yeah, so any information you have about these, you may be too young, you may be in a different state or whatever, but if you do have any information, give those guys a call and try and help out, because there is a missing persons register, and it is crazy to scroll through that and see how many people are considered missing and never found. So
It's crazy how
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Does it look like I fucking care?
shared with the public.
Revell Balmain was just 22 years old when she disappeared over 26 years ago. She was a dancer, model and escort at this time. She was working and happy, close family members quote. Revell was planning on visiting Japan for her 4th cabaret tour. She was working as an escort to fund this plan. Revell was working towards a career in show business. At 4 p.m. on the afternoon of the 5th of November 1994, Revell was working. She visited a client in the southeastern Sydney suburb of Kingsford. After the 2-hour appointment was over, she had planned to meet her close friend Kate Brentle for a drink at approximately 7 p.m. At 7:15 p.m, Revell rang Kate to say she was about to leave her client and suggested that they met at the Royal Hotel, Paddington. Revell never made it to her catch-up with Kate.
So, you often hear these stories about people who are working towards being a celebrity or a movie star or whatever. In this case, a dancer, is that correct? Yeah, 4th cabaret tour. And so she was an escort. I think this is when you hear this a lot more in places like America.
Yes, New York.
Yeah, in American states, because they don't have brothels.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, if you don't know, Australia has legal brothels. I don't know how you apply for one. We have not done that yet. But you can basically work there in a relatively safe environment as a sex worker, like a proper sex worker, not an OnlyFans worker. Come at me. And obviously this is not what this lady was doing, but I mean, I guess escorts still exist. I guess escorts are still a thing.
Definitely.
So an escort would, you'd ring them up and they would come to wherever they are, where you are, and have sex with you, and you'd pay them. Or I know a lot of escorts say that they don't just have sex with clients they hang out with, and I'm sure that's true in some circumstances, but perhaps the main thing that escorts are known for is the sexual favours for money. The following day after her disappearance, Revell's handbag, makeup, diary, credit cards and keys to her Belleville flat were found scattered around 7 streets. One of her shell-covered platform shoes was found in one street, while the other shoe was found in another. Detectives questioned Revell's client. He stated that he had driven her to the nearby Red Tomato Inn at about 7 p.m. that evening. No one at the Red Tomato had recalled seeing Revell. What really happened that night remains a mystery to police, and an ache in the hearts of Revell's family and friends. Many were unaware of Revell's line of work at this time, including her then boyfriend, who she had just met about 6 weeks prior. A few days into the investigation, Detective Sergeant Graham Mulhern broke the news to Revell's then boyfriend. He was shattered. He stated that Revell and he had made future plans for when she returned home from Japan. Sadly, those plans never came to fruition.
But who first realised Revell was missing? The alarm was raised when Revell failed to catch the 9:30 a.m. train from Sydney to Newcastle the next day, to say goodbye to her loving mother before she travelled to Japan for her tour. What the family didn't know was that their darling daughter was leading a double life. A double life that hauntingly led to her disappearance. Now, let's dive a little deeper. Let's discuss Revell's last client and also the last person to see her alive. As we discussed earlier on, Revell's client claims he allegedly drove her safely to the Red Tomato Inn. Mr. Sammer, Revell's client, has always maintained to police his innocence and lack of involvement in Revell's disappearance and attempted murder. It is worth noting that the police spotted several scratches on Mr. Sammer's neck, chest and hands. However, he explained he got the wounds surfing.
So obviously he's going to be the number one suspect.
Absolutely.
Being the last one to see her alive, the last one to be around her, and a stranger that's paying them for sex or whatever they were doing. And then they have scratches on him. But, you know, you could have scratches. A little hot tip about Dixon. A very itchy person, sometimes you scratch yourself and you scratch yourself a little too hard. Sometimes you have a scratch mark on her back, like during the throes of passion.
But they're not.
They're not. They're just from itching in the night. So maybe this dude had, you know, my point being,
he had psoriasis.
long-winded point is maybe this dude just had scratches.
Mr. Sammer was named the main person of interest during a coronial inquiry in 1998 and 1999, but no charges were ever laid. The police also revealed that Mr. Sammer seemed to have no motive to hurt Revell. In 2008, Homicide Detective Superintendent Jeff Beresford announced that police had new information and forensic results relating to the case.
The evidence reportedly renewed the theory that Revell was murdered at a house in Kingsford. A full forensic search was carried out at the crime scene. During the last 12 months of the case, Detective Beresford was also quoted saying, "We are able to say we have fresh evidence as a result of these investigations." Around this time, the Daily Telegraph reported that the main person of interest, Mr. Sammer, had vanished from Sydney, now living in Tasmania.
Police allegedly wanted to find him to do a DNA sample. A police source indicates that Mr. Sammer, still to this day, is considered a main suspect. Revell's then boyfriend, Pierce, I don't know how to say it,
We've got no idea.
voluntarily gave his DNA, so to be ruled out of his then beloved girlfriend's disappearance. He has since stated that it took him a long time to get over Revell's disappearance. Sadly, the hunt goes on for Revell's alleged killer.
Revell and her family deserve some kind of justice, and this is why we thought we'd bring this case to your attention. And when I say we, Claire, one of the amazing things about Little Vicky is she genuinely cares about so many people. I think it's a beautiful thing what you're doing is trying to get these cases out there.
Thanks, darling.
What happened to Revell that night? That is the question. And without the evidence and with old mate disappearing and travelling to Tasmania, I mean, obviously that sounds a bit sus, but maybe he was just trying to get out. You know, you've got to have an open mind in these cases.
Yep.
What do you think happened? I mean, there's not an enormous amount of evidence out there to point one way or the other. Obviously, she has met her demise at some point. They never found her body.
No.
She's never been found. And for a family to have that hanging over their head to now, and this is a relatively, I think 98 was the coronial inquest, and it was early 90s. So this is not that long ago. So obviously she's met her demise at some point. Someone has taken her life. Possibly. She may have just disappeared. She may have not wanted to be involved. Maybe she went to Japan. Maybe she... I don't know. Who knows? This is the thing. Like, fuck, I mean... I don't know.
I think she was murdered, and I think the fact that she had her belongings sort of thrown around the area, and then it was as if she had been being chased. And I think, in my gut, I feel like she was chased, and I think...
Oh, so the shoe.
The shoe.
So like she's running away from someone.
In high heels. She might have taken her shoes off.
One shoe comes off.
She throws the other one because she's running with one high heel on, throws it, drops her bag, and like if you're getting chased and think you're about to die, I imagine, you'd throw all your shit and just leg it. Who knows? You know what might have even happened? I just thought of this. Maybe old mate did have nothing to do with it and he was just a client of Revell's, and maybe her boyfriend also had nothing to do with it. Maybe the area she was known to have prostitutes and escorts, and some guy's seen her, some sicko, and just thought, I've got to have her, and chased her down and killed her. Did God knows what with her and treated her like garbage. And I think that there's a lot of stuff online that her sister and family are still just devastated because they don't know what happened to her, and they don't think that she would just vanish because she had made plans that day to see her mum say, toodaloo, I'm going to Japan.
Yeah, why would you disappear when you're about to leave anyway?
Yeah, and she had her double life, as it were, secret anyway. So I don't think that I don't think that it was in her personality to think I have to go start a new life. She was already living two lives.
Yeah. So if you have any information on that case or the one that's about to come up,
the next case we're covering is about Crystal Fraser, and this is one that I came across online late at night, and I thought that it was just gut-wrenching and really, really sad. And I'd never heard of this girl, this lady. I don't think Isaac had either. No. Never seen her photo, and I thought this needs to be on the internet more. No, like, I don't know anyone. I've shown other people. Everyone's like, who is this? I've never heard anything about this, and I think that this case needs a lot more attention. I think if we could spread the awareness of this case, it would be a really good thing for Crystal's family.
How do we analyse this case? need to know more about the person. Her name is Crystal Fraser. Those who knew Crystal describe her as a friendly, bubbly, and very trusting person who always saw the best in others. Sadly, in this case, that beautiful quality was potentially taken advantage of by a monster.
Crystal was often seen wearing a baseball cap. She wore glasses along with a beautiful smile. The day the 24-year-old Crystal vanished, she was believed to have been wearing a camo baseball cap, an orange zip-up jumper, and black pants. Her ears were also pierced, and she had noticeably crooked teeth. Crystal was just days away from giving birth when she disappeared from Pyramid Hill, located in Melbourne, Australia, on June 20th, 2009. On the night of her disappearance, Crystal discharged herself from hospital against the recommendation of health professionals.
It's important to mention at this point that Crystal suffered from an intellectual disability. So it may seem that discharging herself from hospital may be irresponsible, but in her case, she probably saw this as something that she really needed to do.
Absolutely.
And maybe it was affected by her disability, this decision-making process.
Yeah.
That night, there was a small party in Kahuna, a region about 10 minutes from where Crystal was. On the night, just before midnight, Crystal received a 40-second phone call, which police believe could have been from her killer. Investigators strongly believe that the caller was the last person to speak to Crystal prior to her disappearance. Her mobile is yet to be located.
It has been over 10 years since beloved Crystal seemed to vanish into thin air. Despite there being a $100,000 reward for information, the grieving family fears their daughter, sister, and friend's legacy fades. While the identity of the father to Crystal's unborn child remains a mystery, there is speculation and some hinting from police that they strongly believe him to be involved, if not the cause of Crystal's disappearance and ultimately believed murder.
To this day, Crystal's mother aches for answers for her daughter and almost grandchild's disappearance. She's quoted as saying, "I know as much today as I did then." Crystal also had siblings, loving grandparents, friends, all who want and deserve answers. On all accounts, Crystal had a heart of gold, although, according to her mother, Crystal could be naive, and this perhaps could have led to her disappearance.
I think we can all undoubtedly agree that it is time for this monster to come out from the shadows after all these years and set the record straight, not just for their conscience, but to finally give Crystal's family a slight bit of peace and accountability. Homicide Squad Detective Inspector John Potter is hoping the reward will encourage anyone with information to contact police, in particular those in the Pyramid Hill community. We believe that someone from these communities knows something. Direct quote from John Potter. If anyone has any information regarding Crystal's disappearance, please call Crime Stoppers. 1-800-333-000.
So if you do know anything about these people, if you've seen someone that looks like them, if you've seen someone who said something, if you've been in a pub and you've heard something, if you've seen whispers on the internet, anything, reach out to Crime Stoppers. In some of these cases, there are rewards. Help these families find peace.
Just to clarify as well, there isn't much on paper about this particular case because with Crystal's disappearance, there's actually not that much evidence for police to look at. So basically, she was heavily pregnant. She suffered from an intellectual disability.
Checked herself out of hospital.
Was going to Kahuna for a party, had a 40-second phone call, and then just vanished.
Oh, that's it. Maybe someone knows something else. And I guess that's the point of this video. Maybe someone knows something else that the police don't. So if you do, reach out.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any other video suggestions or ideas you'd like us to cover, let us know.
And if there's any other cases you want us to cover, message Little Dicky on Instagram at Little Dick Sinclair, or you can message me. I won't reply. She might. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Toodle-wow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Health insurance costs boiling over? Wake up to waste on your health insurance. Simples.
Get internet for less with the AGL NBN Saver. For a limited time, save $25 a month on AGL NBN plans for the first 6 months when combined with AGL Energy. Save $25 a month? Amazing! Combine and save with AGL today.
G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Little Buttsman for another episode of True Crime Tuesdays. Now, Little Dicky, You've come to me with a very interesting one that's pretty close to home. It's about a person who went missing, who was from the area in which we live. And can you give us the cliff notes about who we're talking about today?
So this video is about Jaden Penno-Thompson. He was 22 when he disappeared, and he was heading to Cairns to celebrate New Year's with his mates, and things turned sour from that point. His beautiful mum Rachel has a Facebook page that we'll put down here for you guys to check out.
And they're still searching for him?
They're still looking. They don't have
hope.
any answers.
They've never found a body?
No body.
Okay.
It's pretty sad, and I think you guys will probably recognise his face.
Probably recognise the case, and Claire's written this video to outlay the facts of the case. Everything we say is alleged, or it's come from the coroner's report, or media articles. So please sit back.
Get fucking dead, motherfucker.
Grab your coffee and relax.
Of Jaden
Penno-Thompson. In 2017, 22-year-old Jaden Penno-Thompson was living in Birmingham Gardens in Newcastle, New South Wales. According to those who knew Jaden best, he was a kind-hearted, outgoing, yet slightly mischievous young man who loved motorbikes, his mate, having a cool beer after a hard day's work, but most of all, he loved his family and would do anything for them. Towards the end of 2017, Jaden and his then mate, Lucas Tattersall, decided to go on a long road trip, an adventure to Cairns, to meet up with some of their other friends to celebrate New Year's. Sadly for Jaden and for all who love him, it would turn out to be anything but a celebration or good time.
Jaden lived in Newcastle for the majority of his life, although he spent several months living in Western Australia with his father in 2017, before returning home where he lived with his mother, Rachel. Since Jaden's disappearance, his mother, Rachel, has spoken out about Jaden's mental health during the months leading up to his disappearance, and she was concerned. Those concerns were cemented after he fell back in with a rough crowd, some dudes that were involved heavily with drugs, mainly party drugs, was it, or was it some heavier drugs as well?
Some pretty heavy drugs, and I think, he definitely fell back in with the wrong group of friends who weren't true friends, allegedly.
Yeah, the wrong crowd, all getting on the gear, allegedly, and so his mum was worried, as any parent would be if they found that out about their 22-year-old. Before Jaden's disappearance, he sadly lost his full-time job, along with his licence. And understandably, this would crush Jaden's young spirit to have his independence and sense of freedom taken from him. Jaden had been having arguments with his mother, Rachel, and also having a bit of a hard time with his neighbour, who allegedly chased Jaden down the street with a shovel.
What a guy.
What happened there?
What a guy.
Did it say anything else about
No backstory. This was on the court documents, and I just thought it was interesting. So, safe to say, I'm on Jaden's side here. The neighbour sounds batshit crazy.
I don't know what happened there, but
we don't know what happened.
To chase your neighbour down the road with a shovel must be
there were some things going on, safe to say. I think it's pretty evident to say that Jaden was having a really difficult time mentally, emotionally, and with his friend group and with his mum.
Well, not only is he, getting into the gear, apparently, he's losing his job, his licence, he's having a tough time at home with the neighbour. He's also 22.
Yeah, he's a kid.
He's a kid, and
we need to remember that too through this, that he's growing up, he's a kid, he's made some mistakes, but from all accounts, he was a beautiful, beautiful person.
From his mother, she said, and you said this throughout the whole writing process, that, she really saw everything that was great about him, as mothers do.
And his friends, there's lots on the page about how he just looked like a really decent, Aussie bloke.
Yeah, a bit ochre, and, so many of my mates were stuck into the gear back in the day when they were 20, 22.
Yeah. Add that with mental health and you just go...
Yeah, and the vast majority of those friends of mine, they had the opportunity to... The vast majority. I don't think there's many of them still into it, but to grow up and move out of that stage of, smoking whatever and all that, and doing, heavy drugs. So, unfortunately, Jaden never got...
Weed doesn't count as heavy drugs, mate.
In her evidence, indicated that she had become aware that Jaden owed some money to his drug supplier. Sadly, it became evident Jaden was dabbling with some dangerous drugs, such as ice. Rachel's gut feeling as a mother
Oh yeah, ice definitely counts.
is that it had something to do with retribution sought out by others as revenge for payment. We'll get into that later in the story. Something I'd like to bring to light during this video is that there is far more to Jaden than these facts and just this story. Jaden's passion for life and spontaneity was a cherished gift to those who knew and loved him. Whatever Jaden was feeling, he felt it wholeheartedly. Now that we know more about Jaden as a person, let's delve into his disappearance.
It was approaching New Year's, a time for champagne glasses to be clinking, or here in Australia, a good go at the goon sack. As for Little Dixon, that's a Little Dixon move if ever I've heard of it. And to follow it up with watching some fireworks on the telly. Jaden and his mates, mostly high school friends, made plans to party in Cairns for New Year's Eve 2017 and to stay for about a week or so.
Wanna go get away, but
God, fuck up.
complicated. Till kayak made it easy, no more getting frustrated. We got hotels, cars, and flights. Travel anywhere you like. Kayak is the only site you need. Now you're traveling.
It's fairly common knowledge that the boys intended of having a really good time involving some perhaps illicit drugs and copious amounts of alcohol. Perhaps a bad combo for Jaden's current mental clarity. The boys met up in a Newcastle pub to plan their trip. Their hotels were booked. It was decided that Jaden and his then mate Lucas would drive by car to Cairns. The boys then headed off for their adventure in Lucas's red Nissan Pulsar. The boys arrived at a Puma service station just outside Charter Towers at 3 a.m. for fuel and some cigarettes. All, according to the court documents, while being under the influence of drugs. The CCTV footage of Jaden at the servo is the last known footage of him alive.
Windows down, tunes on, and cold fresh air on their faces, the boys were in good spirits. But suddenly, Jaden's in a frenzy. He's grabbing at his pockets, searching desperately in the car for his ice stash. He was scared that he dropped it at the petrol station. According to Lucas Tattersall, Jaden's driving companion, allegedly Jaden was acting pretty erratic. The boys spun around and headed back to the servo, hoping their stash was there. It was not. Both boys frustrated and angry. The two friends continue off to their destination.
Jaden, still stressing about the loss of his stash, continues to drive. They are not far off from their destination when Jaden parks the car on the side of the dirt road. He grabbed his MDMA and wallet and smashed it on the ground in anger. It seems both boys were pretty much off in another world from copious amounts of drugs they had been consuming throughout their entire journey, allegedly. Jaden and Lucas began to argue, and this resulted in Jaden telling Lucas to fuck off and leave him alone to think. The weather conditions were extremely hot, and the boys had run out of water. Lucas waited for Jaden for 15 minutes in the car, wanting to allegedly go and find water. In evidence, Lucas says he did not think anything bad would happen.
Lucas drives off in search of water. Jaden, about 50 metres away, still showing signs of distress, is left alone. No mate near him to comfort him or calm him down. Sadly, this is the last we know for certain of Jaden's whereabouts. Hot, alone, frustrated, dehydrated, and pretty erratic from drugs and being severely upset. Jaden has not been seen or heard from since. Lucas Tattersall, on his mission to find water to fill up their 600ml water bottles, came across a property with a tap. This was Mr. Lionel Murphy's property, and he said the following in evidence.
I saw a boy with a water bottle in his hands. He was driving a red Nissan Pulsar, a young bloke about 20, short, 10 stone, burnt, fairly red, wearing shorts and thongs. He was holding a 600ml water bottle which looked empty. The tap only provided dirty water, so I said to him, "Don't drink that, I'll go get you some rainwater." Then I said to him, "You're a fair bit off the beaten track. Where are you going?" He, Lucas, replied either that he was looking for his sister or his sister's friend. The man didn't recall which. He was far off the main road. I returned with water and he hadn't moved from his car. I said again that he was a fair bit off the main road and gave him directions back to the Flinders Highway. He appeared nervous, kept looking around, not at me, end quote. Mr. Murphy did not see Lucas Tattersall again.
Lucas continues driving around and looking for Jayden for several hours, both on foot and in his car, screaming out his mate's name. Jayden was apparently not where he was when Lucas left for water. What happened to Jayden? Where was he? Was he alright? Lucas then made the decision, due to being low on money and fuel, to keep on heading to Cairns, and hopefully Jayden was there.
What a weird move. Like, oh, so he can't find water, he's out in the middle of nowhere, and his mate who just basically jumped out of the car, he assumes that he's found his way to Cairns.
This is just my opinion and speculation, but red flag.
Yeah.
You know what I made if you do that.
Don't leave your mates behind.
Yeah, especially when he was clearly like upset, and from what this reads, a little bit off his head and feeling upset.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, you don't leave your friends in that situation.
Obviously we weren't there and we can't imagine what it was like happening at that situation, but it's certainly very interesting.
Yeah. Lucas had allegedly told some mates that he couldn't find Jayden. Their advice was to keep driving and not to go to the police straight away because he'd had so many drugs and had some in his car. Some true friends.
It wasn't until the 3rd of January that the friends truly became concerned for Jayden's welfare and then reported him missing.
Also, there was a text message from Rachel, which was Jayden's mum, and she texted him, being a good mum, and just said, like, hey mate, is everything okay? I'm ad-libbing, but it was something along the lines of that. And normally, apparently, according to Rachel on the Facebook page, he would like have more of a reply. He wasn't a yes or no person, and all she got back was either I'm okay or just okay. And she was a bit like, oh, that's a bit out of character, he doesn't normally talk like that. So that raised the alarm for her as well. So I don't know.
So what does she think of that someone else had his phone?
Possibly.
Interesting.
She didn't think that, put it this way, she didn't think allegedly that Jayden sent that text message. So I don't know what to think, but I just, reading this, I just feel so sorry for her. Like, it would have been, she probably didn't even know any of this was happening. She could have been at home in the middle of doing laundry or something, and then, you know, her boy is missing and she doesn't know because his friends haven't thought enough to call the police.
Well, I think back when I was 22, like, I'd go, let's say I was going up the coast or whatever, not that I ever did that, I don't care. But I don't, you know, my mum might say, hey, did you get there safe? I just say, yeah, all good, have a good day, whatever.
Yeah, but you don't say, okay. Particularly, you know, Jayden and Rachel close. You know, I know they had some issues earlier on, but he was a young dude. He was in a difficult situation mentally. They blued, but they had a really, really tight bond. And I don't think, even myself, that he would just say, okay, and that's it.
But what I'm saying is you don't tell your mum what's going on. Like, you don't tell them about all this.
You wouldn't say that.
But, like, so his mum has no idea all this is going on.
No.
And then to find out that he's missing, it must be devastating for the family.
She deserves answers.
There are still so many unanswered questions. Does this group of mates know more than they're letting on? Is Jayden still with us? Did he start over somewhere else, or did he, as was said in the coroner's report, die from the elements?
This story is truly heartbreaking for all those involved, particularly for Jayden's parents. If you know anything, no matter how small, please call Crime Stoppers or your local police.
Jayden's parents deserve to know what happened. He was a young dude, had some issues, was getting involved in a bad crowd, doing some dumb shit that kids do.
Yep.
Young adults do. They do these things. And I know some people will judge him because he was on the ice, apparently, and all that type of stuff. There's so many people that get stuck in that rabbit hole and never find their way out.
Doesn't mean he's a bad person.
Doesn't mean he's a bad person.
No, he sounded lovely. And if you have a look, we'll put up the Facebook page that Rachel runs herself. I did message her, but I haven't heard back yet. But if we hear before this goes up any quote or message she'd like to put in this for her son, we'll put that up as well. But yeah, it's really sad. What do you think?
Well, What I was thinking is actually doing something different.
Yeah.
Instead of us giving you our opinions on what happened, because it's so fresh, I'd love to hear what you think happened in the comment section. But thank you very much, Little Dixon, for bringing that story to light. A very well-written video.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time and your efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time. Toodaloo au revoir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Book your holiday now at Webjet and pay in 4 easy instalments with Afterpay.
G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second channel, Little Butts. My name's Isaac Butterfield and this is Little Dixon. We are here each and every week to provide you with the goods.
Yes.
And this week, we're coming with the goods, alright? Little Dickie, here you go.
Hello.
Can you read this title?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wow. I identify as Korean. Now I'm getting my 6th nose job.
Now this dude's name is Ollie London.
It's a dude? Oh, of course it is. Okay.
Now I did a video on this guy probably about 8 months ago.
Welcome, folks. Today on the menu, we have actually quite a array of choices.
It's an array.
A array of options, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, an array of choices. As you can see here, I'm holding up number 1, a secret animation. Number 2, we've got a secret channel. And number 3, we've got a secret song. So a lot of secretivity. I can't say shit. A lot of secrets in this video, and they're good secrets, not like the bad secrets that have already come out. So we hope you enjoy. Brian, so previously in a call that I think was private, but I recorded it anyway, and I think you knew, but I don't remember, but you said a story that was quite fascinating. So I decided to get it animated. This has taken quite a while, so I hope you enjoy it.
Okay. Remember Senecot? You have to have had Senecot.
No.
Senecot basically acts as a laxative. And then my mother gave me one. No movement, nothing happened. Then later that night she gave me another one. And then nothing happened. And then before bed she gave me one more. And then in my sleep I was dreaming about, I was playing for the Yankees or something like that, baseball. Threw the baseball. And then I wake up and I've just thrown a ball of shit splat against the wall.
So you literally grabbed a pile of shit from your ass.
Yeah, I shaped it up like a baseball
while in a dream and threw it against the wall because it's kind of makes sense though.
Yeah.
Because they do put their hand behind their back when they're pitching in baseball. So you just put your hand behind your back just a little further back, you know?
Yeah. And then I looked at second base, saw the guy off the base trying to make a run for third base.
Oh my god.
I tipped my baseball cap to look back at the pitcher. He has to say 2 fingers down, curveball. We're going for it. So my brother comes in, he wakes up. This is like 2 in the morning. My brother
looks like him, holy shit. Yeah, it's always 2 in the morning with this shit.
My older brother is like 22 at the time, 21 or something.
Bro.
Offers no remorse whatsoever. He's on the floor in stitches laughing.
Why do you remember it so vividly? Dude, that's scary.
It was such a unique experience, man.
It's for sure unique.
That will never leave me.
I don't think I'll forget it now either.
That was my lowest point, and it's been up ever since.
Stand on the door. That's your poop story, dude.
Thank God I didn't go into the part where I was thrown into the bathtub. Did I not mention the bathtub? Or the mother put me into the bathtub?
Right. Might have to do an extra bit. I don't remember you mentioning the bathtub.
So mother came in, she saw the shit on the wall, the smear going down behind the radiator. She was like, oh Jesus fucking Christ, what have I done? What have I done? She grabs me, chucks me into a bath of water. If you were standing in the bath, it'd be up to like maybe your shin. Like it's not a full bath. It's just she just ran as much more as she could. Put me in, then I'd never seen water turn brown so fast. It just turned brown. I held my hands up like this and just brown water running down from it. I was like, I'm a monster! What happened to me?
If you've ever heard of the Red Sea, let me introduce you to the Brown Sea.
And when my brother got up from his hysterical fit of laughter on the ground, he stood up, leaned in the bathroom door, just saw me sitting there, covered in brown water, and he was gone again. Just on the floor, second bit, laughing. My sister came down, looks in, and there she sees me covered in shitty brown water. Again, she fell on the ground laughing. The 2 of them on the ground laughing, rolling, laughing at me. My mother in bitch, she was nearly crying because she felt like she was like the worst mother impossible.
She kind of, it was kind of our fault, dude. Popping that in right before you fell asleep.
Way too many Santa cuts. That shit hit me like a time bomb.
Fastest secret channel. And what on the channel? Soundboard moments from Terrorizer.
My petty ass is looking at how many subs he has and looking at the views and thinking, wow, I suck. Oh my god.
Let's begin though. Let the milking continue. Alright, step right up, step right up. This was a fantastic one.
This is so good.
Do this without?
Oh, I see.
Take a shot every time someone dies. Alright, now you just have to get through it normally.
That course, lad. Amazing shit. That was great. The way his body went. Oh my god.
They keep alternating, right?
Yeah, so it's going now go. No, don't go. Now go, don't go. Don't go, now go. There you go, now go, don't go. There you go, now you go.
There you go, now go.
I feel like I can always like subconsciously tell when Brian's like, hold on.
Yeah. It's when I'm not talking.
You haven't been using the soundboard much in the past year though. Simmer down a bit.
You know, I've been a one-trick pony for a lot of stuff, and I didn't want to add the soundboard to that.
I think you could bring it back for another wave. Now go. Now go. There it is. Now go. Now go.
Stop music.
Now go.
Shut up. Shut up, soundboard.
Now go.
That's so annoying.
Now go. I think what made this funnier was Moo getting angry. Oh, he went. Go, Brock. Go.
Wait for it.
Now go. He's dead. Now go. The timing is actually very good. That's another thing. You have good timing with this soundboard.
Thank you.
Don't go. Now go. He's not go. Now go.
Yeah, power up. Let's go.
Now go.
Power my shit up.
There it is.
Someone at the door. Yes. Oh, okay.
What's this? It's amazing. This is the easy part, okay?
This is easy.
The second you see it, pop it down. I swear to fuck.
What tastes like summer in a bowl? Introducing Waste Mix.
Moo's gonna lose his mind on this hole.
Brian's going for his soundboard. I'm not gonna fall for it.
Oh, Moo already knows.
I always know when he's inhaling, it's coming. It's like a checklist.
Sounds like a power wash. It's kind of funny that we play power wash a lot now.
Got it?
Clean. Yeah, that's great. When everyone else is quiet and you get a clean audio, that's so good. It sounds like you put something on there.
Rock is great. Like, it's like a ticking time bomb. When you get it, it's so
golfing for sure.
Yeah, when you have your finger down and you hear like no one else talking, you hear Brock react, you're just like, oh my.
What the hell?
I don't remember this one.
This time make it something
Central communication thing is. Space needle?
Yes! It's fucking Brian! I think that's the worst I've ever seen Moo do in golfing, and it was probably all due to your soundboard. I've never seen him do worse.
Whenever you see me get like a hole-in-one, like if I'm having a good day, it's a bad day for the others. I get a hole-in-one, and then it's like, right, soundboard time. Here we go, crack the knuckles, get ready. Is it melee? Is it melee? Shut
Oh, you soundboarded. So I think what was happening here was whenever you reloaded a pack-a-punch ray gun, it would make a sound for everyone on the map, because it was just, I don't know, like an MP3 that decided to play for everyone. You decide to soundboard it, and one thing I will point out about your soundboard is whatever you soundboard is way louder than what you soundboarded.
Yeah, I talked to them about that, saying they need to be able to allow you to change the volume.
Hey, but it makes it funnier. I think it makes it funnier.
Oh, then don't change it. Keep it the way it is.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, keep it the way it is. Don't change it. Why is this round lasting so long?
It's so noisy.
Is that whose voice? It's mine. You soundboarded your own voice of deep throating a penis?
I know what I must do.
You taste so good. You taste so good.
You know,
it tastes so good.
It does save him some time.
You should try to go an entire session just using soundboard of your own voice.
That would actually be a fantastic video. How many are you able to have? 12?
12. So I could do like yes, no, what, say again, maybe, blah, blah, blah.
And then you need some creative responses and stuff like that. I think you should do that like the next time maybe we play zombies.
That'll be tough.
How about you set that up for next week and we do Uno next week and we don't tell Evan. Like we just surprise them.
Well, guys, I'm gonna leave this episode here. As always, subscribe for more. And yes, always, I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Second Son, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. Because I need to charge me.